Yeah, this is a pole saw, and I had this thing for a while. Actually, this thing, what I did was I changed the motor on it. This thing is great because it's very fast, and you don't have to get no gas for it. I can run this off a powerful 1200 watt inverter, or run it off a diesel generator if I have to. And you know, that makes it portable too, because even with the inverter, and I stick a big Group 29 maintenance-free battery on a little hand truck cart, and I got the electricity anywhere I want to go, and always starts. But the beauty of it is it reaches up these little branches real easy. But you know what I do? And this is what I do. I got to put something out that's a little bit different. This is used motor oil, synthetic motor oil, just changing the car. I always do this. So, you know, when you hit the trigger on this, you're gonna make sure you get this thing nice and lubed up. So a lot of times I torture tested the hell out of the old saw, and I burned it up eventually, but I was cutting stuff I wasn't supposed to cut. You know, it was like a lot bigger. It actually lasted a tremendously long time. So what I do, instead of using this little BS manual oiler on the top, I keep a pan of oil. And that's pretty clean oil, actually, because it's synthetic. I change the oil in the car quite often. And I'll dunk this whole blade in there, and it cools it down. So when it's getting hot, it'll go psh, especially the tip. The tip is really where it gets really screwed up the most, but it gets everything, and cools it right down. Now the other thing is, you can extend this out. Now I got this tightened down pretty good with the vice grips, and I'll show you how to extend it out. What I do is I jam it up between a tree there, and I pull. I pull, and it's a nice long extension. So I use, you know, you can just pull it out by hand, but it's easier to do it this way. You can see this puppy gets pretty long. And that's it. And then I make sure I tighten it up a little bit with the vice grips, and so it's on there nice and tight. And you got a nice long pole. You can see that thing. It's long. You got some reach. Okay, so I'm holding this way down here, one hand. See how that works. Well, that's how you do it. Now, if I was holding with two hands, I wouldn't have dropped the saw, but that's how you do it. And you can see that thing was up there about, I don't know, 11, 12 feet up in the air. Don't need a ladder. And, you know, I'm sure the old saw still works. Anyway, but it makes nice fast cuts. So, you know, and I'll tell you one thing, everything you see up on a tree, when it's way up there, when it's way up here, and when it comes down, it's actually a hell of a lot more. It looks like nothing up there, but when you bring it down, it's a hell of a lot more. So that's the pole saw. That's the thing to get, man. I'll tell you one thing, these are one of the handiest things going. If you got a lot of trees, I use the hell out of this thing. It's great. Well, the sun's almost setting, so you can't probably see it that good, but I got down a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of them. So kind of hard to work in the dark, but that's it. Did a good job on it. And you know, if you were out there all day with a ladder, climbing up and down a ladder, you'd be there taking about 3 times as long. So a pole saw is definitely the way to go.